What's up guys, how's it going? I'm speaking to you today in Hong Kong. I am right here in one of the luxury airport hotels, not because it was the closest and the cheapest at midnight. Yeah, I'm stuck here in Hong Kong for a day, so I thought I'd take the time to talk about why take the risk. Why change careers? Why go from something that's incredibly safe and something that you know and can do and you have no worries about and no real concerns about, to doing something that's slightly more risky and potentially has great reward, but also comes with a lot of risks. So I've been flying short haul in Europe now for about 13 years, thereabouts. And I do about 400 flights a year. It's just not fulfilling. I come away just feeling like I haven't really achieved anything, so I wanted a change. Now, there are options within aviation. You can go long haul, you can stay with the same company, maybe fly different routes, different parts of the world, different aircraft types, or you can change companies. You know, that's kind of normal, I guess. Change companies to something similar, just a different environment, or something completely different. And that's what I've done. I've switched from one of the safest careers in aviation, working for British Airways, to starting with a company whose ownership is sort of a mystery, who is in a completely different culture. Moving from Europe to China to take on work is brand new, completely different. The culture is very different. I have lived in Italy before, so I am used to working in different cultures that have a slightly different approach to solving problems and slightly different speeds that they operate at. So I hope that will help me here in China. But I wanted to talk about some of the risks and benefits that come with changing careers. If you are feeling unfulfilled, it's really hard to think about a career that lasts for 20, 30, aircraft just landed and it was a hard landing. It was actually a bounce. If you're in a career and you're unfulfilled, you're looking at 10, 20, maybe 30 years in a job, and I can't think of many things worse with regards to work life than staying in something that's just uncomfortable and leaves you unhappy for 30 years, 3 whole decades doing something that just doesn't fulfill you and leaves you feeling empty. That just isn't right as far as I'm concerned. There are difficulties when it comes to changing careers. There are difficulties when it comes to changing jobs in general. Here are a couple of things that hold you back. Family, first and foremost. Family is the most important thing to me. I would do anything to be at home with my wife and daughter every single day. Unfortunately, the finances don't allow it, and that's why I'm working my way through jobs as we speak. But family are great. My wife is the most understanding person going. She's also one of the toughest, most hardworking women I know. She is single mum for a lot of the month while I'm away doing the day job, and for that I will be eternally grateful. But she is a great support for me. There are differences though within the family. For a number of years while I was talking about making this move to China, there were people in the family and close friends that thought I was crazy, thought throwing away a job at British Airways, the safest pilot job going, probably one of the safest jobs in aviation, globally really. There aren't many airlines more secure than BA, but giving that up to come out here and come to China, there were people that really just thought I was mad, and trying to ignore the negativity that comes from that and the way that it leaves you questioning your decisions, questioning whether you think it's a good idea. It's tough, and it did take me a while to get over the sort of negativity that some people can bring to your decision-making process. There is a movie, for the life of me, I googled it before recording this. I cannot find it. It's an American movie. We won't do charades, it's like 3 words. I have no idea what it's called. These guys, they're talking about attacking either Russia or somewhere in the Middle East, American movie. And they're on a Navy ship, and the Navy says, the Air Force is saying, well, we could send bombers today, and the Navy say, well, it would take us a week to get there. And then the Air Force guy disappears, and the admiral or captain, whatever, the aircraft carrier says, the thing I like about the Navy, the boats move real slow. And I love that, because it really sums up this whole process of changing careers. I came out here in October last year. It's now July and I've just started. So it took 9 or 10 months to go from the very first stage of selection. In fact, it would have been longer than that. It would have been August I submitted the paperwork. So almost a year to go through all the process and to start this new job. So you have more time than you think. You don't have to resign from your job straight away. You know, there are instances where it's a rush to get out of a career, you know, if something is dangerous or we really just can't make it work for family life. But, you know, generally speaking, you have time to make your decisions. And whilst you're working on getting out, you don't have, you don't have to leave. You can be working on a side project, and if it doesn't pan out, you just, no one needs to know. Your work, your day job, you can stay at that. Generally speaking, if you're working on a completely changing career and stepping from, I don't know, being a doctor to running a restaurant, whilst you're going through the preparation work of opening a restaurant, you have no reason to stop being a doctor. And you don't have to stop being that doctor until your business is either successful or you want to dedicate more time to it. But there are many off-ramps in the process. And for me, like I say, nearly a year to go from starting the process to leaving my incredibly secure job. The other big hurdle that needed crossing, or hurdling I guess, for me is the fear of messing up. Not the fear of missing out, the fear of messing up, the fear of what will people think if I make this decision, if I come out here to this new company, I start this new life and it all goes tits up, the people that thought I was crazy will be right. And no one likes to get it wrong. But generally people like to make a decision that has a basis. You have to have a building block to get you from this is a great idea, just spitballing, to having a plan, and the fear of messing up is a real detractor and is a struggle. I've joked over the last 12 years that when we're sat on an aircraft and something is going wrong, there are air traffic control strikes or there's thunderstorms around, and you see people start to worry about, are we going to get home tonight? Is the flight going to be cancelled? And I always joke that, hey, blind hope and optimism got me through the last 12 years. I just sit back and think, nah, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Side note, that wasn't my attitude last night when I missed my connection to London. I was furious for about an hour, but then, woosah, and then I was fine. But blind hope and optimism has got me through all of the ups and downs in my career so far. And although I couldn't base this entire move on that random hope and optimism, I like to think that we're professionals. I keep getting distracted watching these aircraft land. It's a real bad trait. There's a Royal Brunei just landing 787 there. They keep distracting me. Still kind of a pilot. So yeah, the fear of messing up, it does take a while to conquer. It just takes time. When you realize that messing up would mean a new adventure, well, it's not the end of the world. So to sum it up, changing careers is tough. Changing jobs alone is tough. Going from one company to another has stresses. It's not all good. Some of it is good. New scenery, new people to work with, that can be fantastic. New contracts, they have ups and downs, some variety of bonuses, I guess, pros and cons. But when it comes to breaking out of lifelong careers, the traditional get a stable job mindset, get a job that will last you till you're 65 and then you'll have a good pension and retire. Breaking that cycle of what I was told as a kid would be the right thing to do. My dad was a police officer for 30 years and then he retired on a reasonable pension. Getting out of that mindset, it takes a while, I think. And we may struggle together as we transition careers, as we change jobs. You'll probably know people. In fact, I would bet you know someone, or many people, who are unhappy where they are in life, in their job, in any situation, in a relationship. But it's incredibly easy to sit there and moan for 30 years about your job. Oh, this company's rubbish. Oh, this boss does that. Oh, the managed CEO's rubbish. It's incredibly easy to say that. In fact, it's an incredibly British thing. Generally, the Brits are very good at complaining and changing nothing. And that's the path of least resistance. That is the easy option, but you're not taking the easy option. The fact that you're watching this and you're joining me on my journey means that you have the drive to take action, to do all those annoying things that we hear in all the entrepreneur podcasts. Take action, take control of your life. You have the drive to do that because you're watching this video and you're joining me on my journey. And for that, I continue to be grateful. So I think we'll leave it there. I hope I covered some at least comparable mindset stuff to you. It's hard to change jobs. You got to get support from friends and family, and you got to get over the detractors. Once you can get over the negativity that comes out of people, or you can just block it. Ooh, that was a nice landing. Once you can get over the detractors, then it becomes a lot easier. And once you make the decision and you've gone through all the preparation work and the time that it takes, it's then quite nice. It's a nice feeling going, here's my notice, I'm out. And working and starting something new. I gotta get out of Hong Kong. I gotta get out of Hong Kong airport anyway. Today, the plan, 11 hours flight to London, 5 hours in London, 7 or 8 hour flight to New York, get back in time for my daughter's birthday. That's the plan. It's another connection, which I'm gonna just cross my fingers, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thanks for joining me. Please subscribe to the channel if you think this is of something of interest to you. I love your feedback. Leave some comments and I will try and improve. But thanks for joining me. See you again soon. Bye-bye.